These are the Ruckus headphones by Elgin. And these are, I want to say for the Ruckus model, they were like maybe $70, and I got them on sale around Black Friday for $45, if I remember correctly, or maybe maybe they were $60 brand new before the sale. Stupid. This is, I don't know where they're made. I couldn't see where it's actually manufactured. They were designed in Fort Worth, which when it says designed in Fort Worth, Texas, tells me they weren't manufactured there. I'm assuming it's probably overseas, like most things. We'll talk about overseas production in another video as well, because before I owned the tree service company, I used to work in manufacturing where I was a purchasing agent for raw materials, and I used to import stuff. And so I have a background in that. And I've been a product designer, tester, and like trade show not salesman, but representative for some companies in the arborist industry. So I have a varied background that helps me understand this stuff a little bit. And if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. So leave those in the comments or email me. And thanks for watching the video up to this point. These have a wireless range up to 50 feet, and they have a 12-hour battery life, and they are USB cable chargeable. They have a reinforced case, and they have a controller with noise canceling mic in it, which I'll show you here in a little bit. They have 2 collar clips, and they have a 1-year limited warranty. Okay, so you'd need to look at the paperwork and all that to see. This is the basic form of how they look. I'll show you in person, but that's how they look, right? So here they are. Okay, so here they are. Let me see if I can hang them all in pretty close. And I'm assuming that this one is a weighted capacitor to even them out on your ears, but I don't know for sure if that's some kind of receiver and capacitor or if it's just weight to make it more balanced. I did try another pair, which we will review in the future, and they are the IsoTunes 2 Pro 2.0. We'll review those in the future. There's reasons, and I'll talk about that later, that we're not reviewing them today. And so a couple of things about these. These are just super basic straight earplugs. These do have a reinforced carbon fiber reinforcement on the wires, is what the package also said. So if you have weird angled ear canals, which I seem to, these fit pretty easily. You can just kind of angle them in and get them where you need them to be. And they work great. I really like these. But that all being said, they don't have 90-degree turns on the cable, so they do kind of stick out a little bit, which in certain cases, if you have them more like this, then they can get caught easier. If you have them more like that, they still stick out a little bit, but not nearly as bad. And then they do have the 2 clips, which you can clip to your shirt, which is super handy, honestly, to keep them in place so that they don't like fall all around your neck, right? That's a big thing. So I've worked with these for multiple hours and, moved around, and they're fine. If something yanks on it, the clip just comes off and it doesn't tear your shirt. So it's like a nice balance of pressure that holds them on, and something that like lets go if they get pulled and tugged on, right? So that's always nice. You do not have changeable earplug tips. So if these don't fit your ears very well, that's just what you're stuck with. They're very similar to the plastic or rubber, earplugs that you buy and you put them in that look like this. They fit very similarly. So if those typically don't work for you, this model of Elgin won't work. Now, Elgin does have other models out there. I don't know all their models. I was looking for a specific price range. These did the job. They work really well with music, like most of these, because they're for hearing protection. You have a maximum decibel limit of 85, I think it is, for music. So if you want something that really blasts music in your ears, these are probably not it. For me, these are definitely loud enough. I can still hear, like if my music's set on half or 2/3 on my phone, which I've got an iPhone 14 Pro Max, they work well. I can still hear some of my ambience around me, environment, so I can hear like people yelling or whatnot. If I turn it all the way up, it can block out the rest, but it's just too loud for what I want. So just keep that in mind. They are pretty lightweight. They compact down into this little pack here, which is it's canvas material. It's not really padded. It's got a little bit of felt or something, velvet on the inside. Looks like felt. And it's got a storage pocket on top where you can put your USB-C cord, and they hold in there just fine. And that's it. These are really nice, to be honest. I'm really happy I bought these. I think that they are a good like mid-grade. I don't know that I would actually go down a level from these if there is a level under these. These are kind of like let's say these are like the base of what I think somebody should buy, to be honest. Now, Elgin, like Isotunes and the other brands, they do have independent earbuds that don't have the wire. They're just considerably more expensive, and they are, I lose them a lot of times, so I kind of like the wire because if one falls out, it hangs on and I don't lose it. Especially when I'm out and about or climbing a tree or whatever, and it falls, and then it gets hard to see under the brush. So really good buy. I don't regret it at all. It would be nice maybe to have just a little bit more decibel reduction in sound. I haven't worked a 12-hour shift with them yet, so I don't know how they do when they start to die. I don't know if it cuts in and out or if it just goes until it dies. That's also something to keep in mind because some do cut in and out as they die. This fits perfectly in like your pocket, your back pocket or your front pocket. Doesn't take up much space. It's pretty good, and I really like it. So yeah, that's kind of it for today. That's what I wanted to review. I try to give you guys more reviews. I do have a bunch of shorts on YouTube, so I have a bunch of different shorts that I'm doing. I'm not going to be a guy that is a fanatic about a tool. I'm never going to like promote one tool over another when like a brand as like, oh, you just must buy this. I'm going to try to give you guys straight and honest reviews of the products. Now, I'm going to try. I'm imperfect, but I'm going to try, I should say, not to go into the reviews with like a bias. So I'm not going to pick up like a Bauer and be like, just because it's Bauer, it's trash. There are some Bauer products that I've used that I've been like, yeah, this is awful, and I would never recommend it. And then there are others that I was like, hey, not terrible, still not my preference. If I had more money or if I used it more, I wouldn't buy this. But, this is kind of it. When do I typically go live? Well, I haven't been going live as regularly recently, but I'm trying to go live once a week. I was thinking about either Monday or Wednesday. Have you seen any people that you feel have more success, or it's more common to go on Wednesday or Monday? Is there a better day? I can't Thursdays. Fridays, I've done that before too, but that starts to interrupt if I want to go out with my family or whatever. So try to keep Friday open. So I was thinking Monday or Wednesday. Any suggestions would be appreciated. Also, I hate to throw this guys at you. I do have a membership platform that I'm putting together. I'm not going to do tiers. It's just going to be one flat fee. It's going to be the $3.99 per month. I'm going to put up videos I'm not putting up anywhere else. I know everybody's getting inundated with memberships, so I get it. If you want to see just a little bit more stuff, if you want to have some personal conversations with me, I would love to have some members that could help support this channel. I'd really like to blow this up. I did arborist and tree work in the past and talked, and I had a podcast, and I was going to trade shows, and I was doing all this stuff, and for various reasons in life, I have decided to kind of leave that industry for now. I still have friends in it, and I don't hate it. I'm not like running away from it. Just I needed to change, and so here I am. I do mainly sculpting, artwork, and like architectural accents and designs for people. I build like some high-end furniture out of like wood that I personally mill, and most of the trees I removed myself. So if you want to see more about that kind of stuff, I do some handyman, like light construction handyman stuff with framing, and I've done some roofing in the past. Not that I say I'm a roofer, so please don't judge me for that. But I have had experience with a lot of things, so I have a lot of tools as well. And of course, I just keep getting new tools. And one of the favorite things that I have is actually analyzing and reviewing things and mechanical things, how they work. So when we talk about this stuff, I'll try to express the nuances that I feel between one tool brand and another, and why I might prefer one over another. But I will never say you should only buy one or another, because to be fair, lots of tools, even the same tool, work differently for different industries. And for certain industries, that tool may be the perfect tool for you, but for other industries, it may not be the best tool. Also, we have price budgets and things that we have to work within. So please keep in mind that that's where my mentality is coming from for this channel. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I do have a lot. You'll see that I do a lot of Ryobi stuff because it's affordable. And I do have some of it because, well, it's affordable, and I don't use it enough to justify the $300 version from any other brand. Also, I do have Makita stuff, and I actually have some DeWalt stuff. The only thing I don't own, I don't have any Hitachi or Metabo right now, and I don't think I have any Milwaukee, but I have Rigid, Ryobi, a couple of pieces of DeWalt, Makita, and some Harbor Freight stuff. I'm kind of giving the Hercules products a test because I've heard they're actually kind of good. It's its own brand, by the way. What I understood, I just found this out. I found out what's it called? Hercules line is actually, I don't know, from what I understood, it's not owned by Harbor Freight. Maybe it is, but something I heard just recently made it seem like Hercules was its own brand and they were licensed to only sell through Harbor Freight. And evidently the brand has been around for like a long time. So yeah, I actually like this. There's a bunch of stuff to figure out in this industry. And I really, really like it. I am going to give you guys one reference that I think you should watch. Just watched it the other day. I think it's about 3 days old, maybe 4 days old. Izzy Swanson, if you're not subscribed to Izzy Swanson, he just recently put out a video talking about DeWalt's new panel material handler, that suction pad that goes on like pieces of plywood that is a grip and it suctions with a little compressor to it and you can move around. And he talked about it compared to the Grabo and a bunch of things, but he goes further into it, which he goes into some of the content of visual confidence and parallel thinking phenomenon. And that's pretty cool stuff. That's stuff that I know about because I was in the design industry and would like to get back into it. But the tool industry is way harder to get into unless you're making your own tools. So you might want to go check out Izzy Swanson's video that he just released on that stuff. It's about I forgot what the DeWalt tool is, but the Grabo, I think is what it's called, is the suction panel for, or suction tool for handling, wood, glass, marble, that kind of stuff. Steel, and it was a really interesting, it's like 26 minutes long, but it's really, please don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell if you want all the notifications, and you can set your preferences if you want to only get my lives, if you want to get every video, or just the shorts, or just the long formats. And I will actually be building some stuff in the future here too. Some are going to be architectural accents and some will be furniture, and we will be going through those processes in the future. So thanks everybody, have a good night, and I will talk to you in the next one.